Hey everyone, welcome to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. And what are we talking about this time? We're talking about Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad, they did have so that one's coming out here soon, or soonish. Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League. Had leaked an image online that basically confirmed that it is a live service game, or at least features games as a service elements. So they have an image out there that you could probably still find somewhere, maybe on Twitter, maybe somewhere else. But basically, and it was verified that the image is real. It appears to show the Suicide Squad start menu and features standard things like game mode selection, chapter select difficulty, and matchmaking. It also features some menu to page through at the top that includes one of the tabs at the top includes Battle Pass. And under that Battle Pass top bar menu, there's like various currencies that are shown in there. So a Battle Pass is, in fact, planned for Suicide Squad, but they say that it will be focused on things like cosmetics, skins, and things like that. And they say that they understand the currencies in the image to be what they understand from the currencies that are there. It's XP used to power up and customize skill trees for each anti-hero, effectively making them unique to the player. So according to sources, you don't start off weak, you start off good, and then you can make your character ridiculous, kind of like Arkham Knight's Batman. So that's pretty much all the details and speculations that we've got here for this game. I know we're all looking forward to this game. This game is going to be a co-op game that we were looking forward to playing as co-op, right? But I'm sure I'm possibly in the same boat as these guys, where a live service, I'm sick and tired of live service games, because live service games barely make it out the door. They're so focused on live service, trying to extend the longevity of a game beyond the point that people want to play it. And it doesn't just hurt the fact that you have skins and various things that battle passes and all that crap, but it also hurts the overall experience of the gameplay, right? Because the gameplay is all centered around story, but as well as getting that currency and unlocking these, not really unlocking, but the need to get these cosmetic or live as service types things. Like when we play live as service games, they feel different than normal games, right? Ones that just focus on single player, focus on a co-op experience that doesn't have live service elements. I don't know about you guys, but I have a different feeling when I play a live service. It's almost like it plays where I feel like I'm renting something more than I'm playing through something, It's like a rented space that I'm playing through. It almost feels that way. It's got its own type of feel to it, and I don't like it. I don't like seeing a bunch of currencies sitting up there and crap that I can buy and stuff like that. If it's a free to play game and they want to do something like that, that's perfectly fine. But we know that Suicide Squad is going to be probably $70 game when it comes out, hopefully 60, but probably $70 game. And they're going to stick the live service elements behind it, just like all these live service games that we've been seeing recently. And that's the thing that disappoints me. I understand it's probably not Rocksteady's, decision, whatever their parent company. I'm not sure who owns Rocksteady. Are they independent? I don't think they are they? I'm not sure. But, it may or may not be. I don't know who's publishing this game. Could be just for that. Even if they are independent, somebody else could be publishing and wants these things in that system. Or Rocksteady thinks that they can put live services in here and extend the life of this game beyond, its launch period, right? When most players play through it, beat it, and then they're done with it. There's several ways to enhance a game beyond its launch, besides putting in live service options, right? Having the ability to an in-game, right? Be able to prestige your levels and things like that. Stuff that, Diablo before Diablo 3, things like Diablo 2 and stuff like that have done in the past. Diablo 3 has the prestige system, but probably not Diablo 4, let's say. Let's put that one in there. where it's all, you have this system where you can continue the game without having to go onto the store and buy stuff and can, and be a part of this live service where the game itself just has everything built into it for extendability. I think about like Diablo 2 for the most part, because Diablo 2, like, even after beating that game, you still continue through and just keep leveling up your character and things like that. And, I remember playing that game and going through, I know Diablo is completely different than that. I'm just using it as an example, but playing through that game and several times over with the same character, through all the acts, just keep going. Cause that was just that gameplay loop was so, it was so good that, there was no reason to have anything else there. No reason to have a live service or a battle pass or something like that. Right. So I don't know. I'm not a fan of live services. I thought live services might be a good idea, but so far we haven't really seen a live service that, not to say that some live services haven't taken off, but we haven't seen one. I haven't seen one personally that I really enjoy being a part of, I should say. So I don't know. We'll go around and see what everybody thinks. What do you guys think of Suicide Squad possibly being a live service or games as a service type game? Let's see here. How about you, Pat? What do you think about that?
I don't think that game is built for a live service. There are times that games can be built for a live service, and I would beg to differ. Nick plays Destiny 2, and that's a live service game. So
true, but it is free to play. So,
but it wasn't.
Extent.
It wasn't. You had
right.
to pay for it. Yeah, you don't have to pay a monthly fee, but neither is going to be Suicide Squad. It's not going to be free to play. And I agree with you. I wish that when a game wants to put a microtransaction store, and I don't give a shit if it's cosmetic or whatever, but giving you skill up points or bonuses to your level to help you level faster is not cosmetic. That's bullshit statement right there. Giving you XP boost is not cosmetic. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's a pay to win scheme right there. But I hate that because, it's that whole FOMO thing, it's like, I really like that guy's armor and he paid $20 for it. Shit, I'm not doing that, and that's what happens every time. You're like, that's pretty badass armor. Where'd you get it? Oh, you had to pay $20. And it's a skin on top of the armor you're wearing. I'm like, God, it's so annoying. And it happens with every game out there. And Destiny is a good live service game, but it's the same problem it has. It puts out nothing for free. You can get this dust in the game, Glimmer Dust, whatever the hell it's called. But that shit's so slow that by the time you get enough to buy something, you're already could have gotten it with your silver or whatever they call it in the game for that, but Suicide Squad is going to be the same. And every game nowadays seems to be that way. And as Nick was pointing out, Diablo is a perfect example. Diablo is continually updating and running new seasons for free. There is no pay on anything for Diablo 3 for that. Diablo 3 had the whole, they had the whole auction house when they first came out, and Blizzard determined that was a really bad idea because fans really hated that and committed to killing it off, and they did. But Diablo 3 is still putting out seasons and running season journeys and stuff like that, and you're getting new levels and things like that, and you're getting new gear and seasonal gear and junk like that. So, I mean, games still can do it. It's just developers have gotten more greedy. They've got to increase that overhead every year. Their profit goals have got to increase. We need to increase 7%, 6%, whatever, year over year, which is just it's just a BS thing. I mean, I know they're beholden to their shareholders, which is what's the worst part of any game out there is like you can no longer be a game developer to make something you love and make money on it. You have to make something you love and make a freaking fortune on it, because nobody wants to make a game anymore if I'm not going to make a fortune. And the only way I can make a fortune is a game as a live service or microtransaction the hell out of it, because there's no more, most of the time, there's not like a really high output of good games for free that have a microtransaction store or something like that. I don't see, you have your Fortnites and stuff like that, which is outside of the wheelhouse of what I want to play, but you have that, which is like the epitome of the best, the cream of the crop of a free to play microtransaction game. And I'm more power to them, in my opinion. I talk smack about them, but they're not my game. But you know what? They did it right. They decided we're going to put a microtransaction game out there. It's free to play. But you want this cool skin? Get it. There's nothing you're not getting anything in there that's helping you pay to win, right? It's all skins and crap like that you can get in this game. And that's how they're making their money. And I'm like, I'm cool. You didn't charge for the game. You're charging for the microtransaction. So you're not double dipping. But games like this one, Suicide Squad and Destiny, as much as I like to play Destiny 2, they double dip, make you pay $70. The expansion comes out. That's a $30, $40 expansion. Plus, buy the season pass, buy the battle pass that's out with it, or whatever they're called, season pass. So buy the expansion and buy the season pass. Oh, and we got every expansion has like 2 seasons or 4 seasons in it. So you have to pay $20 on top of every expansion to play the season if you want the bonus season rewards. Now, granted, you don't have to, but a lot of the crap that you want or need to make the game easier to play is locked behind that paywall. Because I'm sorry, but the battle pass or season pass that Destiny has in there gives you items that make leveling up easier by giving you the modules to upgrade your armor with higher pieces, so you're not having to swap out your legendary with a blue or something, So I am sick and tired of double dipping micro games as a service game. If you want to make a games as a service game, it's better be free to freaking play. I'm telling you right now that I have lost, my willingness to want to play this game was like here, and now it's like right here. I'm half tempted to say I don't want to play this, and I won't. I mean, and we've done this before. We did this with Avengers. When it came out, we were like, we tried the demo. We loved the demo. We played a good chunk of it and played together. But then when it's just microtransaction hell, and we're like, guess what? We're not buying this game. And I think a lot of players said that. And now look what was it Square Enix? Look what Square Enix had to deal with. They're shutting that damn thing down because nobody wants to play something they have to pay $60 or $70 for, and then you charge me $20 to take off Thor's helmet. The hell is this? So all I could say is that I hope Warner Brothers gets kicked in the ass for this, and nobody wants to play this game, and they take it in the keister because they deserve it for this garbage. So, but what do you think, Shane? What do you think about this double dipping?
I think somebody should have a battering shoved up their ass. This is ridiculous. I hate the double dipping. I think it's ridiculous for me to pay $70 for a game, period. Let alone pay $70 plus, if they want me to have the coolest outfit out there, I got to drop another $20 for a cosmetic piece. Or if, somebody doesn't want to do the work, because they don't want to spend 100 hours playing it. They want to spend $5 just buying something that gives you 100 hours worth of, gameplay grind instantly. That's a load of crap. Rocksteady, if they want to make good money, they got to make good games. Rocksteady is a great developer. They've made some really good stuff. Their Batman games alone, top notch. They're probably the only developer that I trust making a superhero game of any kind. Because all the others have sucked except for Spider-Man. Don't you tell me Superman on 64 was good. It's ridiculous. Corporations are ruining the gaming industry. Investors are ruining the gaming industry. And at some point it's gonna fall back, and we're gonna lose great developers and stuff because of the greed. The only way to stop these things, though, is for people not to, partake in them. I want to play this game, but I will not buy, these little items that give me outfits or boost in my my abilities or any of that crap. I won't do it. they can suck balls. I'm not doing it and I will never do it. I'll buy DLC if I feel the game itself was great and it felt like it was a completed game, and then it came out with a DLC. I'll play it. I might buy it. I don't buy DLC very often though, but if I know it's a great game and the DLC most likely will be great, perfect. I'll do it. Why not? But games as a service doesn't work. 90% of the time they take too long to to put out new DLC that's worth a crap. That's probably my biggest problem, is it just takes too long. Outriders was a really good game, but the DLC just took too damn long to come out. I mean, it was like a year when it came out. So it's greed, and I hate greed. I hate corporations. It's just price gouging people, and that's apparently the new hip cool thing to do is price gouge. Everything is got to be tripled up on now. I mean, hell, you can't even buy eggs for $8. It's getting damn ridiculous. They want to make extra money, make an extra great game. When Batman came out, I bought it because I played the demo, and the demo was fantastic. I love the Batman game. I love the second one. The third one, not as great, but it was still a great game overall. Put Rocksteady on it. I'm good with it. I'm ready to play it. But after this, I agree with you, Pat. My excitement to want to play it is really, it just saddens me because I really wanted to play this game, especially after the trailer. You heard Conroy's voice, rest in peace there. That made me really want to play it. But this came out and just, poo-pooed on my love. So what about you, Nick?
I'll throw another superhero game in there before you say, but Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy was really good.
Oh, yes. I apologize. That is a fantastic game. My bad. I don't mean to discredit that one at all. We all love that game.
Yeah. And Outriders, luckily, was not a games as a service game, which I'm okay with. They put out a full game but the DLC was way too far out for an ongoing game. They never put out they didn't have a whole lot. They didn't have skins or the market or anything like that. So that was kind of nice. But they took it's a game that's supposed to keep you playing over and over and over with your friends. But the end game was not that great. And then the DLC took way too long. We didn't even finish the DLC, I don't think, Nick. But Nick and I finished Outriders.
Yeah, it was a game of some service. So, but what about you, Nick? I mean, you're probably were at least just as excited as me and Pat were.
Yeah. I mean, I was excited to play with you guys. I think we had already picked who we were going to be for our characters. I can't remember. I think I was Captain Boomerang, but I can't remember. The live service, games as a service. I mean, you are correct, Pat. In some instances, it can work. But you got to have the right formula to make it work. For Destiny 2, I think Destiny 2's biggest prop to them and as far as they go is going free to play for their base game, right? And yes, for the base game. And I think the first 2 expansions, right? I think that's a part of it too. Which those aren't worth playing anyway. But it's still being a live service game. And yes, I do play Destiny 2, but that game, it still pisses me off having to buy every damn thing on there, But again, with Suicide Squad, I don't want to have to do that there either, and generally I don't like games as a service. I just don't like it. When games as a service was first coming out, it was a cool concept at the time. And I thought this might be pretty cool. I like this idea. But as it further grew and, turned into what it is today, I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. It's just a money grabbing scheme is all it is. It's just there to make you spend money on a game that's not, for not every game, but some games are those live services games. Like Pat said, everything's just behind a paywall, right? Fortnite, exactly right. Fortnite did it right. They put out a free to play game and said, hey, you can play this game all you want. And if you want to buy these cool skins, you got to pay us money. But otherwise, the thing about Fortnite that sets it apart from Destiny is you can play all of Fortnite for free. right? There is no, you don't have to buy a skin. It doesn't do jack for you. You just look cool. You don't look like a base player,
and you can't even see your own skin, right? In Fortnite, you're locked into first person, or can you do third person?
No, it's third person. It's third person.
Yeah. I've seen some first person games that do skins, and I'm like, what's the point?
Right. Yeah,
somebody else can see how cool I look.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. First person only games that do skins. I'm like, well, why? I can't see my character, so who cares what I look like? Make me a block of tofu or something. I don't care. As a throwback to Resident Evil 2. But yeah, I don't like games as a service. I don't like to see games, especially by Rocksteady. And I agree with Shane. Rocksteady is an awesome developer, and the Arkham games were fantastic. And so I don't want to see, and it's probably coming from Warner Brothers, right? I would assume the publishing arm saying, you got to make this a live service game, and it's got to continue to make money, and you're going to work on it for years and years and years. And the thing I hate about that too is it causes the developer, depending on the size of the developer, to only focus on that one game. So, it's the same thing with Destiny and Bungie, right? Bungie hasn't made anything since Destiny. And it's like Destiny 2 is a great game. I enjoy it. I have fun with it, even though I don't like the live service crap. But they haven't made anything else. I would like to see them make something else, like some other new game and stuff. And especially with Rocksteady, like they make good superhero games. What comes after Suicide Squad? Well, if Suicide Squad is a live service, nothing comes after Suicide Squad, right? Suicide Squad goes on for 10 years of just nothing but Suicide Squad. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy as well was a great game, and that was not a live service game.
It was not. But unfortunately, yeah, Warner Brothers owned Rocksteady, and they're also publishing the Rocksteady games, so they can tell them pretty much what the hell to do. And Warner Brothers is money hungry, and that's just the way they are. Those parent companies, they want their, they want their offspring, their children companies to provide for them, so they don't have to do shit themselves anymore. We're just going to buy a bunch of little studios and just sit back and Mr. Burns it. Collect that money. They're going to Scrooge McDuck it. They're going to dive into that diving board full of cash. Those little companies are making them. And when that pool is only half full, it's not good enough. It needs to be 3/4 or 100% full. And so they get unhappy that those companies are making money, but they're not making hand over fist money. So I don't know, man. It really burns me on games like this. Like, I agree with you guys. I like the Arkham games. They're some of the better superhero games out there. The fluidity of combat and everything in those games was really great. I liked them, but I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried because, they mentioned that there's nothing in there that affects your characters, but I'm sorry, an XP boost does affect your character.
Yep.
And stuff like that. So, and how do you make a game that is story focused? Because, it's a story focused game. They tried to do it with Avengers and it wasn't that great. It didn't work out that well for them. How do you take a story focused game and build that has a premise and a synopsis already and build a continuation process around that to make it a live service of game? How do you make that game replayability? Just play over and over and over and over. Are we going to go into, I don't understand that. And it kind of dawns on me a little bit that we're bitching about this, but I'm an old school gamer. I used to pay for MMOs. I used to pay $15 a month. And that never bothered me. But those games were continuously pushing out new changes, new updates. But here I am bitching about a live service game. And more so is because I think the live service games leech more money out of you over time, because it's not just a $70 price tag and then the $15 monthly fee. It's here's the $70 game, and we introduce half a dozen new skins every other week or every month. And then, we have a battle pass that lasts 30 to 60 days and it's $20 to $40. So, they're just milking the crap out of you. But I used to pay a $15 monthly subscription to play like Star Wars Galaxies and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic and WoW and all that stuff back in the day, and never complained about it. But I think the quality of games has also kind of gone downhill as well.
Yeah, and don't forget though, Warner Brothers has also been trying to sell off a lot of their gaming division too, for a while. We've had stories here and there of them trying to sell this and trying to sell that, and I think didn't they sell a part of like their studio, like the Harry Potter stuff? I can't remember. But yeah, I mean,
I doubt they do that crap. That's their cash cow right now.
I'm not sure. I just know they were trying to sell a bunch of crap because they made the Lord of the Rings games. I can't remember the name of it though. It's the one that wasn't bad. But I know they were trying to sell it off, but it's like I said, corporate greed will be what's going to destroy the gaming market. It's going to be what finally puts a nail in the coffin for gamers. One day we're just all going to unite and go, I'm done. Not Nick, but the rest of us. We're just going to get tired of what they do. That's why I like playing my old games because they're done. They're there. I don't have to buy any more crap. So, and they were cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I have my retro games, because I turn on my old games and it doesn't ask me if I want to go online, and or to sign a contract. It doesn't ask me to go online or sign a contract or anything like that. And there's no store I can visit. It's just the game itself. And I think that's the thing that we all kind of miss. I used to pay $15 for a monthly subscription to MMOs and stuff like that as well. And yeah, I don't feel the same way about those as I do live services. I think because live services just try to nickel you and dime you for everything, where that was just a monthly fee. And most of those games, MMOs and stuff, that gave you a monthly fee, you're exactly right. There was updates and like all the time, they were always working and adding new stuff. These live services are doing the same. You're just, instead of, MMOs was like $15 and you get all that stuff. Whereas live services is like, hey, look, we created this. That'll be $29.99, act today and you get $5 off. And it's like, okay. And we also made these too. And that's going to be, it's like everything's a garage sale at for live service game, everything's for sale.
It's all a la carte. Pick it. Yeah, it's all a cart, but it's fucking expensive.
Cheaper to buy the cart.
They just won't sell it to you.
The a la carte garage sale at that billionaire's house, right? But yeah, it just sucks. I mean, we'll have to see what Suicide Squad turns out to be when it comes out. I'm sure it will have some live service elements, and we'll have to see what those live service elements are when it comes out. But that seems to be the trend for a lot of these big publishers to put out these live service games. All I can say with Rocksteady is look at Babylon's Fall. It's a good case study.
What's that?
Look at Avengers. That's another good case study.
Yeah.
What's that?
Exactly. These are good. Those are two good case studies of live services that totally, Babylon's Fall is even worse. I mean, it didn't even last a year.
God. What a shiny
the last 6 months.
And that was made by Platinum. And then Platinum, later on, which we reviewed, Bayonetta 3, which again, it's like, don't go out of your wheelhouse. Clearly, Platinum, you can't make live service games, but your single player games are great. So keep with it. Keep with that, and don't make live service crap, because not everybody can pull it off. It's just like Fortnite and the Battle Royale stuff. Not everybody can pull that stuff off. Not everybody can pull off live services. There's seems like very few developers out there that can actually pull off these live service or Battle Royale type games that actually do well. Battle Royale games, look at Ubisoft. They've been trying, and they still can't do it, and they still continue to try. So I don't know why, but anyway, you guys got anything else you want to say about this? No? All right. Well, let us know down in the comments below what you guys think. What do you think of Suicide Squad, the game coming out? What do you think of the live service elements? Are you still going to pick up the game, or are you thinking you might hold off to see what, when we get a little closer to launch, what the feel is from, people out there that maybe have early hands-on, or some of the articles out there, and see what they think of it. But let us know down in the comments below what you guys think. Other than that, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's still free. I can't believe it. I don't know what YouTube is doing, but that button's still out there, and it's still free to press. No live service going on here as far as selling you stuff. not selling you a subscription. You can subscribe for free. But also like the video. And other than that, we'll see you next time.
See ya.